Good morning, good morning, good morning. Soul Man and Friends people, we are here today on Monday morning for our very different Soul Man surgery, actually. So I'm going to pull Susan up. Hello, Suzanne.
Hello, Stephen. Ready for this?
No. So we do have a very different surgery today. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing Soulscaping live. And Soulscaping is a therapy that Susan does with people, which I had a really, really wonderful experience with, and we thought we would share it with you today, live. So a lot of today, what you're going to be seeing is Susan taking me through a journey in my mind. It's not hypnosis, so don't think that any of you are sitting there going to be hypnotized or anything like that, because that's not the case. Before we get started, though, Susan and I would like to introduce to you guys our absolutely phenomenally fantastic, amazing workshop that we are doing. And it starts on the 7th of March, doesn't it, Susan?
Yep, it does.
And it is our Sacred Depths workshop. And in this Sacred Depths workshop, we'll be helping you to deal with your emotions, your mental health, and your spiritual journey through life. We're going to be doing lots of self-regulation exercise during that. We're going to also be doing sound and tapping for unwanted emotions. We're going to be doing the Hawaiian therapy, which is called Ho'oponopono.
Yeah.
Which is all about letting go, isn't it, Susan?
Yeah. Self-forgiveness, letting go. That's right. Love.
Yeah. We're going to be doing like power stances, breathing exercises, and we're going to be doing some modern day mindfulness as well. So I'll be doing the mindfulness and the meditation part of things. Susan will be facilitating all the other stuff, which is really cool. And we'll cover many, many things over this workshop. It really is quite an exciting workshop though, Susan, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got loads of different things in it. A lot of the methods we'll be doing as well for the group is things where we're clearing out actually things that you carry inside, just giving you an opportunity to clear out some of the things that aren't helpful to you.
And usually it would be £75 if we were doing this in person. However, we have decided, because it's lockdown and because we're going through a pandemic, we're going to heavily discount it. And we're going to give you it for £40 per person, which is brilliant because you're going through 2 workshops. It's over 2 weeks, and the workshop lasts from 12 o'clock in the afternoon till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a very interactive workshop, and Susan and I are absolutely sure that you'll get so much from it. It'll be highly beneficial to your life. So if you are interested in the workshop, it would be wrong of me not to share with you. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share in the comment section the link if you are interested in this workshop. All you need to do is register. And on that link as well, it will tell you, it will give you either let us know by email or by text how you would like to be contacted. And we'll be contacting you in the next 7 days with all the details and everything that you need to do. You don't need to pay for it when you sign up, but what we will ask is if you are signing up, please do keep an eye on your emails or on your text messages and respond to us pretty quickly, because we have got very, very limited spaces for this workshop. So, all of that said, you are going to get a little bit of that today, because we are doing a little bit of what we're doing, because we're going to do a bit of soulscaping in that workshop too, aren't we?
It won't be the interactive version, because obviously people can't answer me on this, but we will do an inner journey. We'll do a little bit of soulscaping in a different way.
Amazing. So Now I'm going to hand you over to Mrs. Watson.
Thank you. Right,
And
Stephen, you can just sit and listen now. Let's get on with this. It takes a wee
Yeah.
while. So what we're going to do today is we're doing a journey into Stephen's unconscious mind, soul, and inner journey. Very interactive, where Stephen and I will be talking to each other. As he mentioned, it's not a formal hypnosis, there's no hypnotic inductions. He may, because he's very internalized, sink into that natural state of hypnosis, but we all do that all day, in and out of it all the time anyway. It's close to a guided meditation, except it's not me taking Stephen on a journey. And it's not actually Stephen either. It's somewhere his soul, his mind is leading us. We're just following. And I'm actually lucky enough to be an invited guest onto that. And it's not a world. It is important for you to remember, Stephen. This world is a magical world that we're going into. It has no earthly limits. It's not the world that we are used to living here. You may be able to fly, swim like a fish. Plants may be able to talk. We shouldn't limit it by our own beliefs and experience on this earth. Now, I'm not going to try and rationalise it or break it all down what this means, and neither really should Stephen. His own internal journey is linked to what he is needing, and it's seeking solutions that are right for him. It's not for me to judge. His mind, his soul works in metaphors and works in stories, and that is what this is all about. And what I will say is, because it's live, Stephen, if at any point during this you want to just stop, you can just open your eyes and say, that's enough, because you're not in hypnosis anyway or anything like that. So you can do what you want. It's up to you. But to start off, can you think of a room, a place, real or imagined, that you know very well, that you can visualize and feel comfortable and safe there? Is there a place that you would be happy to start your journey?
No. I'm joking. Yeah.
I will say, but that's fine then. We're not doing that today then, are we?
Yeah.
Right, so you've got somewhere. Okay. So I want you now to take 3 long deep breaths. Just drop your shoulders, relax your body, and do your wet noodle. Eyes nice and closed, and just get a sense, imagine, visualize, or see what happens, what's going to happen next. I'd like you to imagine that you're walking along a path, and in front of you is a door. It has no handles, no hinges. It has no apparent way of opening this door, but it simply has a message. It's saying, are you ready to let go and release? So just take a breath and release all these earthly limitations and watch that door open for you now. And just walk through that door to your familiar place. And just tell me, where are you, Stephen?
In my granny's living room.
You're in your granny's living room. What can you see in your granny's living room?
I can see her sofa. I can see her big fireplace with the fire on, and my granddad's chair. And there's a cigarette burning in the ashtray.
How do you feel in the room, in your granny's living room, with the sofa and the fireplace?
Comfortable, happy, at ease.
So you're comfortable, happy, and at ease. Is there anybody else there with you?
I can feel my granny and granddad, but they're not physically here.
But you can feel your granny and granddad. Do you think there's any message or anything for you in this room?
No.
I want you to look about the room. Just have a look about and see if there's anything different, something that perhaps you can't remember. Perhaps Could be a doorway or a portal or a way into another place, into another world.
Yeah, the display cabinet thing that she has, the doors on the bottom of it are leading down into a staircase.
Well, let's go down that staircase, through these doors and down that staircase. When I count back from 5 to 1, we'll find ourselves in this other place. 5, 4, down the stairs, 3, 2, and 1. Where are you?
I'm in a cold, wet cave.
You're in a cold, wet cave. Is there anything else in the cave with you?
There's fire torches on the walls.
Fire torches in the walls. Can you see what's in the cave?
It's the stone on the walls looks mossy and green, and it's got like a rainbowy pattern, like there's oil in the walls.
Right. How do you feel in the cave?
Totally secure.
Feel nice and secure. Is
Protect,
it a big?
safe?
Is it a big cave?
No, it's quite enclosed.
Why don't you have a wee look about and just see if there's anything on the floor? Is there anything lying about that you'd like to look closer at?
There's a big gold key.
A big gold key. Can you see what that gold key is to be used for?
Yeah. There's
And
a lock in the wall. It's just a lock. It's not a door. It's just the keyhole.
you want to put the key in the lock?
Yep.
Why don't you do that and just let's see what happens?
So the stone walls of the cave are melting away.
So the walls are melting away.
It's leaving the rainbow luminescent skin.
And are you able to pass through that rainbow?
No, I'm now standing in this bubble.
You're in a bubble. How does that feel to be in that bubble?
Light and airy and nice.
Light and airy and nice. And when you look through the bubble, what can you see?
Heaven.
Heaven. What does it feel like to be looking through that bubble at heaven?
Feels familiar.
Familiar. Are you able to walk through that bubble and walk into heaven?
Nope. It won't let me.
Won't let you.
It's keeping me in the bubble, but it's moving as I move forward. The bubble's moving towards this space.
You're walking towards that space, that heavenly space inside that bubble.
Mm-hmm.
What can you actually see round about you in this heavenly space?
Shadows.
Shadows. And do you think there's any message there for you?
I think this is just people.
Just people.
They're my people. So they're my ancestors.
Your ancestors.
All the people that walked the earth before me.
And do you think your ancestors would like to tell you anything?
They're just holding the bubble up.
They're just holding the bubble up.
So for me, the symbology of that is that they're holding me up.
And do you think that bubble can take you anywhere else? other than heaven that perhaps would take you into another area?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we do that and see where we go?
We're moving really, really quickly now. It's like Star Wars, you know, the stars flying past me.
Okay. Star Wars, the stars flying past you. How does that feel?
Exhilarating, energizing.
Exhilarating and energizing. Where do you think it's going to take you?
I don't know.
Well, we just wait for a moment and see where you end up.
Slowing down now. So I'm just floating in the middle of what looks like the Milky Way. You can see lots of black space, purple and pink and white and blue.
How does that feel?
Amazing.
Amazing. Do you think there's any messages among the Milky Way with all these wonderful colours that's just for you?
I can see the constellation of Cancer.
Constellation of Cancer.
Shining really, really brightly.
Shining bright.
Which is my star sign.
And what do you think that's saying to you? That constellation of Cancer, which is your star sign.
It's given me strength.
Giving you strength. How does that feel for you, knowing that it's giving you strength?
Feels good.
Feels good. Do you think this is where the bubble's stopping, or do you think it's got somewhere else to take you, Stephen?
Moving again.
Moving again.
So I'm standing in a vast white space. There's like a fog billowing around my feet.
Fog around your feet in a vast white space. And how does it feel to be standing in a vast white space with the fog billowing around your feet?
I feel really safe but vulnerable.
Safe but vulnerable. Are you alone, or is there anybody else with you?
There's a light in front of me.
There's a light in front of you. And do you want to go into that light?
I can't. The light is a being.
The light is a being. And that being, which is a light in front of you, has it got a message for you?
It's not saying anything, but I can feel it.
Uh-huh. What can you feel, Stephen?
It's almost reassuring. It's reassuring me that I'm in the right place. I'm doing the right thing.
Just think about that. It's reassuring you. You're in the right place and you're doing the right thing. So that's a message that you could actually bring back with you and know in this world that you're in the right place and doing the right thing. How does that make you feel, knowing that?
I feel humble,
Humble,
grateful.
making humble and grateful. Is there anywhere that you can walk about in this white light? In this white space? Why don't you take
miles?
see if you can take a walk and see if you can actually see anything else.
I can see a robin, a single robin.
A single robin. What's that robin doing?
Staring at me.
Staring at you. That single robin is staring at you. How does that make you feel with that single robin staring at you?
It feels out of place. It shouldn't be here.
Out of place. Why don't you ask it why it's there?
It's reminding me. It's reminding me that I am a messenger.
It's reminding you that you're a messenger. Think about how important that is for you. I am a messenger. That you're doing the right thing for you, and that you're a messenger. Just think about how that feels. Is there anything else in this white space that you'd like to look at, Stephen?
Yeah, there's a snake.
A snake?
A small green snake on the ground.
Small green snake. And what is that snake there for? What message does that have for you?
I feel like it's going to bite me.
Feel it's going to bite you? Well, do you want to stay near that snake or do you want to move away from it? Or become its friend?
I don't know how I feel about it.
It's your choice. You can do what you want.
Right, so the robins just flew away with it. The robins just flew down, picked it up, and flew away with it.
So the robins removed the snake. How does that make you feel now, knowing that that wee robin came down and took that snake away from you?
I feel like I'm being looked after.
Being looked after. Just think about that. Being looked after. You think there's anything else that you want to go and look at in this white space?
I know what that is. I can see a kaleidoscope opening in front of me.
And you want to go into it?
It's making me feel really dizzy.
Do you want to walk away or walk towards it? It's up to you, Stephen. You can do whatever you want.
I want to walk into it.
Well, why don't you just walk into that kaleidoscope and just see? See what's there for you.
There's hundreds of people.
Hundreds of people.
I'm standing on a stage and I can see hundreds, thousands of people standing in front of me.
Why do you think you're on the stage, Stephen?
I don't have a clue.
Can you ask them?
They're reaching their hands out towards me. But
They're all reaching out towards you. How does that make you feel that all these hundreds and thousands of people are reaching their hands out towards you?
I feel like it's too much responsibility.
Too much responsibility. Is there anyone close to you that's in front of the stage that you can ask them what they want from you?
No, but I can feel the light behind me again.
The light's behind you. What do you think you want to do now, Stephen? On that stage with the hundreds and thousands of people with their hands towards you and the light behind you.
I want to heal them.
You want to heal them. Why don't you just see yourself sending all that healing love to them? What do you think you would like to do now, Stephen? You can either go forward to another place or we can start to come back or do more in this space you are. It's absolutely up to you.
I want to step back.
You want to step back.
Step back into the light, into that. I feel like it. If I step back, it will hold me, heal me, help me.
Step back into that light now. Just step back that white light and see how that feels for you.
I'm underwater now.
Underwater. What can you see under the water?
I'm lying in deep water, but it feels shallow. I'm close, really close to the surface. I want to push my lips through the surface to get air.
Are you able to do that?
I can already breathe.
That's good. How are you feeling in the water, close to the surface?
Held.
You're feeling held. And what's it like to know that you're being held?
It feels really comfortable. I know it should feel frightening, but it feels really comfortable.
Really comfortable. Can you see who's holding you?
I can't see them, but I know they're there. I can feel many people holding me up.
Many people holding you up. And do you think these many people holding you up, do you think they've got a message for you, Stephen? Something that you should bring back with you?
Yeah, they're sitting me upright.
Sitting you upright.
And they're pushing my hands together in a prayer position.
So your hands are going together in a prayer position.
In front of my heart, yeah.
In front of your heart. How does that feel for you?
Feels comfortable.
Comfortable. Is there anything that you can see in that water where you're being held up? Well, I know that you can sense the hands, but is there anything that you can see?
I'm sitting on the surface of the water, and there's a single blue dragonfly.
A single blue dragonfly. Let's ask this single blue dragonfly if it has a message for you today.
It wants me to put my hand out.
Are you putting your hand out?
Mm-hmm. It's landing on my hand. It's sitting on my hand, just staring at me.
How does that feel with that single blue dragonfly sitting on your hand, just staring at you?
I feel like I'm finally doing what I'm supposed to do in life.
Finally doing what you're supposed to do in life. Let's really think about that. Finally doing what you're supposed to be doing in life. And is that dragonfly able to tell you a verbal message?
Yeah. It says, I am able.
I am able. There you are. I am able. There's a lot of really strong, positive messages here for you, Stephen. Is there anything else going on?
I can see loads of hands.
Loads of hands.
Like hands pressing up against glass, it looks
Right.
like.
How does that make you feel?
I don't even have a clue. It feels strange. It feels like that shouldn't be happening.
Is there anything that you want to do about that?
I might put my hand on the glass.
Do you want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you do that? Put your hand in the glass.
So now, I think I'm the dragonfly.
So you're the dragonfly. And what can you see when you look through the eyes of a dragonfly?
Everything.
Everything.
I can see the past. I can see the now. I can see the potential future.
How does that feel for you?
Slightly overwhelming.
Slightly overwhelming. Is there anywhere that that dragonfly wants to go at this moment?
No,
No.
I'm just happy hovering.
You're just happy hovering. And what do you think you want to do now, Stephen? Do you want to start going backwards to return, or is there anything else that you want to do on this journey?
I want to return you.
You want to return, ready to return.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to see yourself, the dragonfly, going back to putting your hands on the glass and then finding yourself back on the top of that water, feeling supported. Then back in the place where you see the robin flying away with the snake, where you're being looked after, where you're being reminded that you're a messenger. Then going back into that white space with the fog all around your feet, where you felt safe but so very vulnerable. You could feel the light of beings all around you, reminding you that you're in the right place and doing the right thing, that everything's right for you. Traveling back through the constellation of Cancer, which gave you strength and made you feel good, knowing that you were doing the right thing. Traveling like the speed of Star Wars, flying through the stars with all the colours of purple, pink, white and blue. Until you find yourself standing in that rainbow bubble, surrounded by shadows of people who are your ancestors, your people who had walked this earth before you, all holding you up and supporting you and looking after you. So you're back in that cave with the fire torches on the walls, and stepping back through that display cabinet door into your granny's living room, where you can see the sofa and the fireplace, where you felt comfortable and at ease. And how does that granny's living room look for you now, Stephen?
It's just an empty room now.
Just an empty room. Before we leave this room, is there anything else that you would like to do in this room?
No.
No. Well, we're standing at the door that'll lead back to the path. Walking through that door, walking along the path, and it's bringing you back to the chair in the here and now where you're sitting and talking to me, where you can take nice slow breaths, sit nice and quietly, and then only when you're ready, Stephen, you can just open your eyes, feeling comfortable, relaxed and safe. Hello.
Oh, man.
And how are you today?
Oh, how strange is that? It's so weird.
Lots of positive messages in there though, Stephen. Lots of good feelings.
You almost forget that you're away, don't you? It's really odd. It's such a strange experience. But yeah, that was really, really interesting.
It's interesting for me because I never know where I'm going to get taken. It's like a different journey with every single time I do it, a different experience. Because I don't know, I have no input into where anyone goes. I just follow them. I'm just a guest.
Do you know what got me the most in that whole experience was the dragonfly. Because the dragonfly, as you know, is my thing. It's the logo of the Soul Man. So that really, it's almost like I'm now doing what I was always meant to do. Well, it is exactly that, I suppose. It's really, really odd, really strange. The whole, it's good, odd, good, strange, but
good, strange. It is though. It is strange because the thing is, it's just what's getting thrown out in front of you as well. You're not controlling any of that. It's just what the stories and the images and the emotions that all come up.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually it's like a mystery tour for you and me because we don't know where we're going or what's going to happen.
Yeah. Strange, eh?
It's interesting though.
I'm just trying to like absorb it and recall it all. It is really interesting. It's absolutely amazing. It's fascinating. It's mind-blowing stuff. The first experience that I had with that was quite emotional
Yeah.
when we done it. There was a lot of similarities in that one, though. Like my subconscious mind or soul, if that's what you want to call it,
Oh.
is very deeply and intimately connected with the spirit world, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it is. I've been going on these journeys with people. They can be really emotional for me as well, because I get drawn in with my emotions too.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I'm watching you. I watch your face to see what's coming up, what emotional changes I can see in your face. And I did, and quite a few times, I thought I have to watch closer because I could see the emotional changes in your face.
Mm-hmm.
There's very much I'm in there with you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's how it feels. It feels like you're this little Jiminy Cricket on my shoulder.
That's me, Jimmy Cricket. No, but it is. And when I am so connected with that, when I am watching somebody and they start to get emotional, and this is true, I can feel emotions in myself, linking myself to that person. There's no doubt about that at all. I can feel quite emotional as well.
It is interesting, though, how every time we do that, it's always the spirit world that are heavily involved in it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely with you. And and other people that I've worked with have had similar sort of spiritual world experiences too. But not everybody. Everybody's different. Everybody will have their own experience.
See that light? That light was an angel.
Yeah.
I knew it instinctively. I knew it, but it wasn't. It wasn't the angel with the big white wings, and it was just light. It was just an energy, a very highly evolved, wise angel being. But I feel very reassured by that I am doing exactly what I'm meant to be doing. And see the snake.
Yeah.
The snake is other people.
I was going to say, was it me?
No, the snake is people who want to do me harm or want to take a wee piece of what I've tried to build, or because I suppose being human, there's always that fear of, like, I've worked so hard to create what I've created. I'm always scared that someone's going to take it away from me, I suppose.
But you were protected, Stephen. The robin came and took that away and protected you.
Yeah.
Because the robin had the message that you're in the right place and doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, isn't it? Yeah, it's interesting. I suppose there could be a bit of subconscious stuff going on there as well, because the first message that I seen this morning, interestingly, on my phone, and I don't often get pulled into negative messages, but the first thing that I seen on my phone was something that I'd shared at a really difficult time in my life, and that was, many times friends can't support you publicly because of how they've spoken of you privately. So could it be possible that that's already been there and that's maybe influenced that?
Could be. I'm not going to say it's not, because we've got it's like a filing cabinet of memories, isn't it? Inside our unconscious mind. Who knows? I sort of said to the start, I'm not going to break this up and say this means that. But certainly the straightforward messages, you're doing the right thing, all this, you're in the right place at the right time. There's no disputing what that is. They're straightforward messages. But all the other hidden sort of metaphors and stories, I'm not going to break them up, because whatever that inner journey is about, that deep part of you knows what it was for and knows what it was looking for and the solutions it was looking for.
Yeah. I suppose more than anything, I'm just terrified of being hurt by people. You know, I'm very open and I'm a very what you see is what you get kind of person. And I suppose I'm just terrified of someone hurting me again because I was hurt by friends in the past.
Hands holding you up, Stephen. Hands protecting you. It was telling you you're safe.
Yeah.
But you're right, nobody wants to be hurt, and being hurt is horrible, especially when it was by people that you hold close to you.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about that. But every single human being on earth is vulnerable to that. The minute we care and give love, we're vulnerable.
Yeah.
And personally, I would rather be a caring, loving, personal person and be vulnerable than somebody that was scared to care in case I got hurt. I would rather take the hurt than never care.
Sorry, Susan, give me a wee second.
Yep. It's all right. I'm just wondering if we do have anyone watching, maybe they've all ran away. They might have some questions if anyone's there.
Yeah, I'm just going on to block and delete my
your followers.
Yeah. So we had Oye Toko Taiawo was saying, Kelly Easton, hello, my beloved sister. I have a message for you now. Please inbox me for your reading now. Kelly, how lucky are you?
I would block them. Bye.
I'm trying. There you go. I hope we have got rid of them. If you see if we're thank you, Gina. If you ever see anybody like this commenting, just ignore them. They're obviously being really lovely and jumping on. And I can't even think straight, Susan. So Diane saying, absolutely fascinating. Thank you so much for allowing us into something so personal, Stephen. Magic. No doubt you're in the right place at the right time contemplating completing your mission. It's amazing. Kelly is saying, yes, we're getting offered readings again. Louise, you've reported them. Thank you.
And it is a personal thing doing this because it's very deep because you don't know what's going to come up, what emotions you're going to feel or anything like that. So it was very brave of you to be here, Stephen. So thank you.
Yeah, it was brave.
It was.
And saying what a privilege to be a guest on such an amazing journey. Or such personal journey, sorry. And then Anne's also saying, this is fantastic. I'm really drawn to this kind of therapy to go through personally, but also to be involved in learning how to facilitate and lead. Such a tremendous key into the psyche and the inner soul's needs, really proving that the head that contains the problem also contains the solution. Amazing.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, so obviously we've done that today, and that is something that Susan does do, and she can do it over Zoom as well. So, you know, if anybody was interested in that, you can just send Susan a wee message through her page, Perfect Solutions Coaching. And if some of you might have missed it, but we were talking earlier today about our workshop that we're doing, which is our Sacred Depths workshop. And it's going to do an awful lot of like looking inside, sorting out the soul, all of these things that we speak about week after week after week, as well as Ho'oponopono, which is the Hawaiian therapy of letting go. So we've got that, and that's beginning the 7th of March, Susan, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So that'll be good. Looking forward to that.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Well, we always have such good fun when we work together, so we might as well do it.
Absolutely.
It'll be really helpful and beneficial to people as well. So it's good.
And we are going to do it in person as well when COVID allows, aren't we, Susan? We're going to have that as a staple workshop as well. So anybody who wants to book in for that as well, like I say, I know I come across like I'm selling something. I really am selling this because we want to help as many people as we can. There's definitely a benefit to it, and there will be a benefit to it. So I'm just going to pop that there in the chat.
I think six hours of workshop, which is quite a substantial time, really, and it's got a lot of content in it.
It's really like a full day, you know. If we were doing that in the shop, it would really be, you know, it would be a whole afternoon's workshop over 2 days, you know. So it would really feel like a lot more time if we were in person. However, because of COVID, we're doing it via Zoom, but it'll still work exactly the same, won't it, Susan?
Yeah, it will do.
Yeah. And anybody got any questions for Susan on today's live session?
No.
You need to give them 30 seconds to respond.
When I first came into my room this morning, it was freezing cold. It was all glass. 2 walls are just pure glass in my office. And now the sun's out and I feel like I'm absolutely on fire. It's roasting with the sun beating in the glass.
Oh, how nice is it, by the way? You know, the last 2 days, it's just been so nice. See that we're generating small talk, eh? This is terrible.
Sorry, that's me.
We're talking about the weather. And saying there, do you often find recurring themes among journeys?
Journeys will be different, but there might be a similar message within the journeys that I've found. Like, Stephen, you've had different journeys, different places you've went to.
Yeah.
But you've had similarities as well.
Yeah. It's the same kind of place, I suppose, the same idea, I suppose, but just on a different plane. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Because my granny's living room seems to be a really safe space for me, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the second time that you've had that.
Yeah. And, you know, I suppose growing up, like my granny's living room was probably the safest space in the world for me. So, of course, my mind's going to take me there. But that's not necessarily where I might have thought I would have went.
Yeah.
No, so I probably would have thought my own couch. It's quite a safe space.
It's interesting, though. It's interesting how even though you don't really know, nobody really knows where they're going to go. It's really unexpected. I mean, I've had this done to me. And when I had this done to me, I got really emotional. I was like, howling and crying.
I did get quite emotional as well, but I don't know why. It's interesting.
You don't need to know why, though. You don't need to know the whys of anything that we do in that journey, because there's a part of you that knows why, even if it's not a conscious part.
What really I found quite overwhelming in that was the standing on the stage with all these people reaching out to me. Like, it wasn't like I was standing there like the star of the show. It was more like I was there to help, but there was so many people that it felt overwhelming. Strange. Anyway, you're not going to tell me what that would mean, but Diane saying, I just really resonate with all the symbolism. Somehow I knew the robin would appear. Just digesting the whole journey you were on there. Interesting. I'm trying to digest it as well, and actually it's foggy at points, so I'm going to have to really look over that. And
did you record it? Oh, of course you've got it recorded. You can watch it anytime, eh? You're right. You've got your last one recorded as well. I don't know if you've ever watched that.
Not yet. I need to.
So it'll be interesting for you to watch it back.
Yeah.
Because there'll be bits that you won't remember.
I think so too, yeah. Because there's there's the really clear bits, but I'll need to go back over it. I feel really disorientated, though. I feel really like, what? And saying a pedestal that others have put on that overwhelms you with their expectations. Maybe, yeah. Could maybe look at it subconsciously like that, I suppose. I always say they'll never put me on a pedestal. I'm just a person.
I would say don't try and break it up too much, Stephen. Because at the end of the day, the part of you that is deep inside you, remember I said it works in metaphors and stories? It was finding its own solutions to issues that you might not even know exist. You don't need to know it. You don't need to understand it. That part of you does. That's what matters.
So is that like we can often like overthink it, I suppose? Yeah.
Just let it be.
Yeah. Good. Well, that's us almost at time.
Yeah.
If nobody else has got any questions, that's us 28 minutes past. So do you want to conclude today at that point, Susan, or do you want to?
No, I would just end it. Do you know what? You've probably got a bit of a fuzzy head now anyway and thinking, oh my God.
I'm sitting here like, right, what am I doing? Where am I going? I'm going to make a strong coffee and I'm going to go a 5-mile run, and then when I come back, I'm joking, I'm not really going a 5 miles. I never actually thought about this part of it after it. I think if we're doing a live session like this again, I think maybe have someone else facilitating the
Well, it's a first, dude.
But yeah, thank you so much, Susan. I really thoroughly enjoyed these sessions. And again, if any of you do fancy coming along and joining Susan and I for our Sacred Depths workshop, do let us know. And Susan, we will see. And yeah, everybody's saying thank you for allowing us on your journey. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in and being part of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys. Yeah. And Susan, I don't know when I'll see you. When do I see you? Friday.
Yeah, she will.
Good. So thank you, everybody, and I will see you later. Susan, say goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Strong.